let's have a conversation about letting go of the past. Hello, all you beautiful souls out there in my social media family. How are you doing today? My name's Chris, and I'm here to help you find your happiness. In today's video, we're going to be talking about letting go of the past and the importance of doing that. But before I do that, I've got to show you how amazing the sunset is starting to be that I'm checking out right now. So check this out, guys. Isn't that just beautiful? And the reason I wanted to share with that is I kind of want to use the sunset as an analogy about letting go of the past. As the sun is setting, it sits here and it reminds me of, like, you know, I was thinking about all the different things that I've been able to get past and get over and really heal from. And I mean really, really heal from. I mean, and I'm not trying to say this to brag or to say that I'm better than anybody, but I want to share this with you because if I was able to do it, I know you can too. And that's where I'm at a point. I'm at this point where there is such an inner peace and an inner happiness, and it feels so good. And you know, you've heard me say this in other videos. I mean, this is my biggest wish through all of these videos. My biggest wish is that you find this same level of inner happiness and inner peace that I've been able to find through self-acceptance, through self-love, through self-respect. And that really brings me in perfectly into the next segue to talk about letting go of the past. The best way that I can recommend, or maybe advise, whatever you want to call it, about figuring out how to start letting go of the past is understanding the purpose that it served. But more so, before I get into that, I kind of want to bring back up the analogy of the sun. And just as the sun is setting, you know, I want you to look at your past traumatic experiences as that sun, okay? And understanding that how beautiful of a purpose that they actually served in your life. And, you know, that's what I was starting to say. But more so for me, like, letting go of the past was understanding the purpose that it served in my life, but more so the beauty of what it provided for me now within myself. And just like the sun setting, we know that it's going to happen. We know that there's nothing that we can control about letting the sun go, right? So as much as we fight to hold on to its beauty, right? Or as much as we fight to hold on to try to keep it up and keep it nice and warm, it's inevitable. It's going to set. Like, we have no control over it. And so that's kind of maybe, and I don't know if this is the best way to describe it or not, but I'm sitting here talking and thinking of, like, you know, in the past, like, I used to try to hold on to the beautiful things even though they were gone and there was nothing that I could do to bring them back. And when I finally just let go of that control of trying to hold on to it, knowing that there is nothing I could do, just like the sun setting, there's nothing I can do to stop it. It's just like those things that are now gone from my life. There's nothing I can do to, you know, it's already gone. It's in the past. And, you know, like I started to say earlier, when you can start to see the beauty in all of these things that have happened, it makes it really easy to not get so hung up on them anymore and not feel that pain that you felt in the past from them. And so when I talk about seeing the beauty in the past traumatic experiences, let me explain what I mean by that, because that can get a little tough to understand. Through all of those things that I have gone through, the traumatic experiences that I'm talking about, those things broke me open at such a level that had I not been broken down that deeply, I would not have known what was there that needed to be healed. And so therefore, in that's the beauty in that trauma, is that you get to see what needs to be healed. Now, if you're willing to understand that these things are happening for you to grow and become a much stronger, better person, that's when you can start to be able to release those things from causing you that suffering, that pain, that anxiety, that depression, and whatever, all those other things that you may be going through. And it was a big game changer for me when I was able to say, thank you. I forgive you. Thank you for all the beautiful times that you gave me. And thank you, and this is kind of ironic even as I sit here, about to tell you this. Thank you for breaking me open and hurting me at such a core level that my deepest, darkest, most horrific fears came out. I mean, yes, okay, so they came true, and I lost all of the people that I loved. I lost all the things that I used to think were important. But what I didn't realize is through that loss came this most compassionate, understanding, loving, caring person that can not just, what's the word I'm looking for? It's a person that doesn't just understand what someone's been through. I understand how to get out of it. I understand that there was a purpose to all of that pain, to all of that suffering, to all of that loss. And it's at a point now where, I actually wouldn't go back and change it. Now, why wouldn't I go back and change it? Again, like I said earlier, had I not experienced all that stuff, and even some of the things that I've experienced, I'm almost sitting here thinking to myself, like, holy cow, like, maybe I know. No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't go back and change it. Because it's because of those things that finally made me feel like enough is enough. Like, no more will I allow these things to cause me so much suffering, so much pain, so much anxiety, so much depression. I was like, no, I don't want it anymore. So in that decision, I was able to really start understanding that the past had its purpose. And if I'm willing to sit here and understand that, versus getting stuck in my ego and being like, oh, I lost everything I ever wanted. Like, I had it all and it's all gone. Obviously, if I'm getting stuck in that mode, then I can't see any good to come through it. Because I guess I'm still in it, going through it, so to speak, right? So the one thing that I really want you to understand is that I encourage you to take a step back from all of these things that have happened. And if you need to write them down, this is something that I did, is I wrote down from when I was a kid all the way through to in my adult life. I wrote down the major traumatic experiences that really had an impact, that really caused me to feel a lot of pain and suffering inside. And through writing those down, I was able to kind of, I'm not going to say analyze, but I was able to kind of start to see when I was stopped blaming that other person for those things that happened and wanted to see it from a different perspective. I was able to see like, oh, okay, through this experience, I needed to learn more self-respect. Through this experience, I needed to learn that boundaries weren't for other people, they were for me. Through this experience, I learned that I need to start doing the same things for myself and treat myself with that same unconditional love that I did for others. Does that make sense? I really hope it does, because these are epiphanies that I had that were just like such game changers. Because when I stopped like projecting out my pain towards other people and started to just realize that, okay, it happened, I can't change it, there's nothing else that can be done about it. through that understanding, I was able to, like I said, I wrote them all down, right? And the reason I did that is to try to kind of get it out of my head and off my chest, like out of my heart. But through that exercise, I was able to truly see, like, holy cow, like, you know, connect the dots, so to speak, to what I needed to do to heal from all of those. And first, it was through accepting that they happened, understanding I can't change them, and then from there, understanding that I had a role to play in those, whatever that may be, and then not relying on these situations for my happiness. And I want to say that again, not relying on these people or situations for my happiness. Through that understanding that my happiness is not in another person or not in a situation being a certain way, that's where I've really been able to start finding a lot of inner peace and inner happiness. Because through that, I've been able to look at people or look at situations in the past that have hurt me and said, thank you so much for teaching me what I don't want. And in situations where I may have been the perpetrator and the instigator or the cause of, right? I've now learned what not to do. And it's only through accepting my responsibility of my actions in those situations that I was able to come to that understanding. And so again, like, that is really, these things that I share with you is because I really, really want you to find that level of inner peace and inner happiness that I have. And that's only going to come through, and trust me, I could say this because I've tried many other ways to find this happiness and to find this inner peace that I have now. It's only going to come through letting go of the past, accepting the past, learning from the past, but not learning in the sense of, like, you know, what you expect or what you want from other people. It's more so learning what you want and what you expect from yourself. And when you can start looking at life like that, that's when you can really start to see the magic in how to think, how to speak, how to act. And through those actions, you start to see what starts to come back to you. And man, I wish I could get close enough for you to see the goosebumps. Like, I don't know if you can see those. When you start to see how your thoughts, your words, and your actions manifest other beautiful things that start to just come to you effortlessly, it's pure joy. I mean, unabounded, unequivocal. I don't even know if that's the right word to use for it, but just like, it's a level of joy that comes on top of happiness. So to say that it's the cherry on the or the icing on the cake or the cherry on top of the sundae, that doesn't even compare, because it's beyond that. When you can be at a place of inner peace and inner happiness through letting go of the past and embracing the now, like this moment right now, and being grateful for all of those people that came to your in and out of your life that taught you what you do, what you don't want, how you need to think about yourself, how you need to respect and love and care for yourself. And then when you start to feel that inside and it starts to come out, you know, just naturally, and then you found this inner peace and inner happiness, and then all these other things start to be attracted to you, it's just so freaking magical that, like, it gives me goosebumps. Like, can you see those? Can you see those? I hope you can see that in the camera, because, like, I would never have believed it possible had I not experienced the deepest, darkest, and I mean darkest of days, and then accepted it for what it was, learned from it, and slowly start to climb out of the hole to where I've been able to pull together all the pieces of my shredded soul. I've been and put them back together. I've been able to pick up all the pieces of my broken heart and put those back together. And I've been able to just work through all the cluttering emotions and thoughts that have been going through my head and declutter my mind. And through that, I've been able to open up all the space in my heart. I've been able to clear it all out of all those negative things that were taking up such precious real estate, right? And now my heart is wide open to accept all the abundance of love, of health, of wealth, of friendship, of just prosperity in all aspects of my life. And what's so amazing is that through trusting in the process, okay, because it does take a lot. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you that it's going to come to you that fast, okay? But through that trust in the process and through that patience to allow things to unfold naturally, I mean, the magic is there if you're willing to see it. And I can tell you one thing, for me in the past, I wasn't willing to see it. I was so hurt. I was so traumatized. I was so, lost internally, lost mentally, lost emotionally. And I didn't believe that that could happen again. And through understanding that it's time to let go of the past, it served its purpose. And by me holding on to it and allowing it to continue to cause me pain and suffering, that's no longer serving me a purpose. That's just my ego trying to survive. Because your ego survives through suffering, through that pain, through that anxiety, through all that BS that doesn't serve you. So if you haven't understood that the past was there to help you become a better person, then I really encourage you to understand that right now. And I'm here to tell you that the second that you do that, you will start to see that magic in your life again. You will start to experience that magic in your life again. And things that you have dreamed of and wished for and hoped that would come into your life will start to be attracted to you in ways that you could never imagine, let alone plan for. So with that said, I hope that you found this video helpful. I hope that this helps you understand that it's time to let go of the past. It's time to understand that what the past served. And I hope that through seeing the changes in me that have happened through that same journey, that you have the courage to embark on the same journey like I did and start to learn from the past and heal from the past, and through that find that same inner happiness and inner peace that I did. So if you enjoyed this video, smash that thumbs up. Like every other video, I encourage you to share this video with somebody who you think might benefit from it, because it's so true, like so true. We never know when the right words from the right person are going to hit somebody at the right time and help them find their happiness. I know that that's what I've experienced for me, because some of these things that I'm saying you've heard before, but it might just be the right time from the right person for you to find your happiness as well. With that said, until next time, I'm sending you all much love, and wishing you all the same inner peace, inner happiness, and inner love that I've been able to find for myself. Namaste.